It is that time of the year for all the reading journals to come out, and I finished my 2026 reading journal. This is a journal that I actually updated almost every month last year. So I definitely use it, and I've been enjoying tracking my reading. So I had to create a journal this year, and this year I kind of have an idea of the spreads I like. I also have an idea of my reading. It's a lot more honed in and straight to the point. And yeah, let's take a tour of my 2026 reading journal. Okay, so my journal this year is from Amazon, and starting off with the cover page, I just kept it nice and simple and colored schemed it to the cover. Now we're gonna flip over to this random page that people usually glue together, but I decided to put a verse on here because if you see that little peephole, it flips over to my bookshelf, which I use for tracking my Bible study. So I thought it was perfect. Moving on to the next page, I saw this reading setup from another creator, and I thought this would be the perfect idea for yet another awkward space in the journal. And next to that is the cover page for this year, because I do plan on using my journal for more than 1 year. And on this page we have our reading goal for this year. Again, I have 100 boxes, but I am not strict about that. Next is my spread for tracking the books I've read. I will be tracking it visually. Last year I tracked it as a log, and I think I prefer having pictures of the books instead of writing down a list of books. Next is my series tracker. Last year I tracked it differently, and I just did not leave enough space, so I made sure to leave more space to add on as the year goes. These next two spreads are spreads that I also got from another creator, and I really like the recommendation page instead of a physical TBR because I don't have a physical TBR. And also for the DNF page, I had books that I DNF'd but are technically on pause, so I figured making a DNF/pause tracker is more realistic to my reality. The next spread is my calendar tracker, and I really like this for tracking what books I'm reading when I'm reading them, and it turns out to be very pretty to look at the end of the year, so definitely will be keeping this. I also like that it adds a different element to the design of the journal with the flap doors. And we're gonna move on to our stats page. This page is also the same from last year, and it's very plain, it's very simple until it's filled out, and then it looks more appealing. The setup is also currently incomplete, but it will be at some point. And finally, our last two spreads are our challenges for the year. We have bingo and reading for the seasons, and that is going to complete my journal for this year. I will see you guys at the end of the year for the completed journal.